The details of these and much more coming to you live here on News 360. You can also watch us on DSTV channel 279 and all across the world on 3news.com. And here's where we get started this evening. The top news for the day. The Criminal Investigations Department of the Police Service says it has obtained a warrant for the arrest of the owner and chief executive of Menzgold Ghana Limited, Nana Appiah-Mensah, who is alleged to have jumped bail. A statement issued and signed by the police CID boss DCOP Mame Ya Tiwa Adodankwa indicated the CID have since December last year been investigating the Menzgold Saga.
Owner and chief executive of Menzgold Ghana Limited, Nana Appiah-Mensah, is believed to have fled the country to South Africa on the back of pressures from aggrieved customers whose huge sums of investment have locked up with the company following the shutting down of its operations. The Bank of Ghana in August last year issued a public notice that Menzgold Ghana Limited is not licensed and has no authority to engage in the solicitation, receipt of money or investment, and the payment of dividend or returns to its client, which is captured in Section 6(1) of the Banks and Specialized Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 2016, Act 930.
Menzgold a while longer as the Asokore-Mampong District Court in the Ashanti region has adjourned the case involving 7 customers of gold dealership firm Menzgold for violating the Public Order Act and verbally abusing public police officers. The accused persons who were part of Tuesday's protest to demand a refund of investments were charged for unlawful assembly and offensive conduct. Here's reports by Ibrahim Abubakar.
The 7 are among aggrieved customers of the gold dealership firm who defied a police order and stormed the Amakom branch in a protest to demand refund of their investment Tuesday morning. 3 of the accused were arrested at the scene of the demonstration. The other 4 were later arrested when they allegedly stormed the police station in what the police described as an unlawful manner to secure bail for their 3 colleagues arrested earlier. The 7 were granted police inquiry bail before being processed to the Asokore-Mampong District Court. Counsel for the accused, Kwame Ususetre, told the court his clients are not guilty of the charges and prayed the court to grant them bail. The court, presided over by Her Worship Portia Molly Anafosalia, granted the accused persons bail of 5,000 cedis with 1 surety each. One of the accused persons was not in court. Lead prosecutor Inspector Edward Kwame Adade pleaded for a bench warrant for the arrest of the 7th suspect, but the court declined his request. The 7 accused persons are to reappear in court on Tuesday, January 22, for commencement of trial.
Let's turn to some other stories this evening as the double-track system introduced by the MPP government has been described as the most disliked policy within the 2-year Akufo-Addo-led administration. In a survey conducted by the Department of Political Science of the University of Ghana, respondents also considered the fight against galamsey as the 2nd most disliked policy among the electorate. Here's reports by Godfred Tanam.
The Department of Political Science sampled the views of 5,000 respondents from across all 10 regions of the country on the assessment of the Akufo-Addo administration. The findings on almost all sectors of the economy also showed that the electorate disliked government's medical drones delivery project, while a significant number expressed disappointment at government's job creation efforts.
Of those who said they voted the NPP, 57.7% admired its manifesto and proposed programs. 56.3% said the NPP has demonstrated capacity to deliver on its campaign promises. However, about a third of respondents, 33.2%, think that the party has not worked towards its campaign promises.
For the 2nd year running, free senior high school has been the most liked government policy among the respondents. In all, 33% of the respondents said double-track system was a good policy, and the 45% disliked the policy.
Some voters expected the government to fulfill some of its promises in 2 years, and therefore they ran job creation as the highest as among the unfulfilled expectations that they had. As many as 19% of respondents thought that job creation was unfulfilled, followed by one district, one factory, 17.7%.
On the 2020 general elections, 48.9% of respondents said they will vote for the New Patriotic Party, while 32.2% will give their votes to the National Democratic Congress. On the personalities involved, Nana Akufo-Addo had 49.6% of the respondents rooting for him, with 33.3% for John Dramani Mahama and 7.3% for Papa Kwesi Ndum.
From the analysis made, it means that with the figures recorded for MPP and the NDC, if there is an election conducted today, there will be a runoff. And the researchers believe that the two political parties have a long way to go to mobilize and make sure that they make an impact in the 2020 general election.
A senior political science lecturer at the department is of the view the two main political parties can turn their fortunes around depending on the performance of the incumbent government.
There is already voter apathy in Ashanti region, and some of them said they are not going to be in the queue to vote again enthusiastically as they voted in 2016, but they are not also going to vote for NDC. So it means that if there's that voter apathy, NPP is going to suffer for it.
88% of the respondents said corruption was still high in the country, and many others still see job creation as one of the topmost priorities.
Well, still to come tonight on News 360.
Encroachers and hawkers returned to the Accra-Tema railway lines after having been evicted 5 times last year.
Also in business tonight, inflation ends 2018 at 9.4%.
British Prime Minister Theresa May suffers second Commons defeat in 24 hours. We've got the details of these and much more coming to you here on News 360. Coming off with the latest in business news with Parko Siasari. Stay with us. Welcome back to News 360. On the international front this evening, rebel Tory MPs have joined forces with Labour to inflict a fresh blow on Theresa May's government in a Commons Brexit vote. It means the government will have to come up with fresh plans within 3 days if Mrs. May's EU withdrawal deal is rejected by MPs next week. It could also open the door to alternatives such as a referendum.